So, in the end of the last video that I've made, and that would be regarding the Cookie Monster, which was basically driven to explain the importance of the simulacrum, the hyperreality of the belief system itself, that there's more focus on that, there's more belief in trying to venerate that, to worship that. The state of the mind allows itself to give in to that belief that you don't have to do much more to basically help yourself to go anywhere. I mean, because if the belief of something that's much bigger, much higher takes place in the perception, of course, it is only made to appear larger than life. You're unable to then, you can't stand up for yourself. That's the belief. That's the belief. And so I find myself pondering on the ideas that we are, as a human species, some parts of the human species are completely submitted to the outer belief of the agendas, the ideologies, the educations, the centuries-old drive to make you accept a particular status quo, or to give in to the imminent French Revolution that's going to take place again, such as what is in the latest movies. There's this radicalizing of revolutionary ideas being perpetuated constantly to try and trigger people to submit themselves to that chaos factor. I also investigate in myself, what is it that I give for that chaos factor to take hold of me? When I say I investigate that in myself, I'm saying I expect that we investigate these aspects in ourselves as part of our path going forward. We must have the humbleness or the humility to be able to address things within ourselves without feeling that we are going to, shame ourselves for agreeing to masses of frequencies and impulses that come from the outside. When we look at things and we think, yeah, this is going to be it now, or that's it now, the end of the world is coming now, and we all have to pray to Jesus or Muhammad or Allah or whoever the hell, or Buddha or somebody, because essentially that's what this chaos element is attempting to do. The system overlay, let me explain this again, is the mirror world, or the mirror world that is manufactured on the backbone of something that was original and natural, that was inherent within the human nature itself. Something that was put there by a higher force. And some may say, yeah, but you're now talking about monotheism, or you're talking about this theism, or that ism, or this ism. It's all isms. When in actual fact, let's just cut down to the very bare bone of it and say, if you're connected to the awareness of a greater power that you've been experiencing, that is ever present in your life personally. And I've spoken of that greater power as the original creator, because I've addressed it and I've investigated it and I've picked it to pieces and I've looked into it and I've done every single thing. I've done every single thing in myself to investigate that source, that force, that energy. I'm not calling it a source, because you can get the source of pretty much anything. The source of of stuff, and the original creator cannot be quantified into that understanding or that reality or that belief. And I find that there are many of these dark magicians or black magicians or whatever you want to call them, whatever they call themselves. You know, the ones that follow Marilyn Manson, for example, the ones that are making sure that he's got his empire going, you know, because he's got a lot of others that he's got dibs on, and he plays the element of adversary so that you must beware. You know, you never knew about evil until you've noticed that there are adversaries that go against certain things. So they're playing with the ideologies of revolutions. They're playing with the ideologies and beliefs of, or within, magical disconnection from something that was original, that was warm, that cared, that was love. You know, a smile in your grandmother's eyes for you is boring. It's better just to show aggression and revolution and then calling it an uprise in yourself. Or the latest is to become an activist. You know, all of these things that people attach themselves to are all things that are externally triggering for the mind to buy into, to slip into. And so all of these things that people believe in, they start to form like a pool, you know, where the energy starts to pull up. There starts to become some sort of blockage that fills up that waterfall inside of you. And before you know it, your water stops running, your water stops flowing, because the block is so big, it's just basically destroyed the entire fountain inside of you. And you question, you know, where you are in that position, and what have I done wrong? I don't know what I did wrong. Or the best is, of course, you know, I don't know where I'm going. My life sucks, you know, or if my life, you know, those type of things. That defines them from you. You don't do this, but you know of people that do that. You know of people that do that. You know of people that express their vitriolic windedness in all forms. There are many of them. There are so many of them that they are basically the middle part of something. It's like they're standing between you and the gate. You want to get past them, but they're just standing there, and they're like these little minions that are just hanging around. You know, if you go past there, they'll cut your ankles. They won't slash your face, but they'll cut your ankles, you know, or your fingers or something stupid like that. But in any case, all of these things aside, and I'm just meandering and just sharing my ramblings, I've noticed that the focus is still to uphold the power structure of the system overlay itself. Remember, I said in the last videos that they can't essentially control the noosphere, which I am now today changing to the word the field, because I don't want to give it any name that comes from any person that have named it in any sense. So I'm calling it the field. Then we know that that is the place, the area, the realm, the frequency or the energy that is the sandpit or the place for infinite potential to take place for humans. For humans. This is not where God lives. This is not where Great Spirit lives or the original creator lives. Original creator does not reside in one location. the original creator exists within all areas, in all realms, but is not limited to one specific location. The common misunderstanding is that people need to become. I see that this very strongly in the New Age, that people need to become aware that they are actually God. And when you do that, you disconnect the original authentic presence of the respect that you have for yourself and for love, for consciousness. You may be the vessel of expression of God. God is love. You may be the expression of it, but you are not God. None person that thinks that they are God or gods are gods. That is just a hyper reality. That is the hyper dimensional reality or the mirror world, which triggers narcissism, which feeds those people to make them perpetuate that belief constantly. And so what I would like to leave with you is to be mindful that, as you know, what you think is what you create. And if your thoughts are manipulated, then that is what you will create. They want you to succumb to the chaos so that you break down as all of the elements that are inside of you. They want you to break down. They see you as a human. They see the human race as an archetype itself. That is where they're driving all of this. It's not the end goal to have 15-minute cities and chipped handies and chipped heads and robots are us and all that shit. That's just like play toys. That's toys on the way. That's what you do when you go to a shop. You buy yourself some toys before you buy yourself something else. That's that sort of consumerist element energy that's happening. What they actually want you to do is to succumb and subject, or the words that they want to use over you is the abrogate. You must disconnect from yourself so that you then give into a chaos frequency, which is what they seek from you. They seek the chaos energy from you. They want you to be part of the chaos frequency. And that is what is the fuel that feeds the frequency of the system overlay or the mirror world. That's basically part of it. Now, if you've subjugated yourself or abrogated yourself or subjected yourself and etc., all the words that describe the action of basically just disconnecting from yourself, which means you disconnect from your heart, which means you disconnect from love, which means you disconnect from that existence of life. When you do that, you become unalive. You become part of the chaos frequency, which is what they seek. You see, chaos factor in itself is not an entity or an egregore in itself, but it can become an egregore or an entity in itself because it functions, its life force is determined by souls that are people that are disconnecting from their soul, people are disconnecting from their spirit, people that are disconnecting from their minds and their feelings and their emotions. They're disconnecting from all of those things. Can it be stress or drama or pain or wounds that may trigger those things for that to happen? Nonetheless, these realm dynamics that we're traversing in, these things that we're going through, these are all part for one purpose only, and the one purpose only is to have total dominance over the consciousness. That's all it is. It's nothing more than that. Whether they take away your belief or your faith in your religion or not, doesn't matter. This is why I said, and for those that know me on this channel, on my channel specifically, it is designed within with the knowledge of the mind and the body, the soul and the spirit, the metaphysical aspect, which is just another word that describes the relationship that you have within yourself and with everything around you, and for you to be able to know who you are while you go through this, so that you're able to basically return back to the womb of the original creator, to burrow through to tunnel through all of these false overlays. That's the point of this channel. This is the channel that you will find when you are ready for it. This is the channel that will also give information that comes from within, the same way that you receive information that comes from within you. And you will know it when you are experiencing it. It has always been the same message. It's always been the same. So what I want to end off with is to basically let you know that I have started already. I'm setting up the lecture that I've been saying, that I've been dropping hints about. The lecture will be very specific. It'll be about the agendas. It'll be about the frequencies and the energies of everything that's going on. It'll be about metaphysics. If you're interested, drop me a line. But I have a Discord channel, so I will put the link there for you to join. And when you find yourself in the Discord channel, it's not going to be a ant nest. It's going to be actually calm. And it'll be a space for you to just communicate and connect and do whatever you need to do. There are books to read. There are videos. There are thoughts and things shared. I'm leaving this to you to decide. If you need to know the details of my lecture, it's in my community tab section. If you find that you don't want to be part of the lecture, that's also okay. There's no judgment there. I'm leaving this with you. Have a good one. Till next time.